Okay, good morning everybody. So I decided to make a video about how I'm using my own device in the classroom to aid my teaching and students' education. I'll try to keep this brief just to give the general idea of how I use it. But one of the most critical things is this little on-screen recorder that I've essentially bought from Smartboard Technologies. And it records everything that you say, and then if you have a decent PDF annotator, and this is just from, this is PDF annotated, then you can have something to write on. So PDF annotator will open any PDF file and allow you to annotate it. And this is how I think students will be using their tablets in the future. They'll have a decent tablet with a decent stylus, and then they can bring their own device into the classroom. If you set your files online, then they can just download them and then annotate the file as they sit in the lesson. The good thing about this on-screen recorder as well is that you can press pause at any stage if you want to rethink what you're saying, and then continue. So it sort of takes away that need to edit things. But at the same time, technology can fail. This is the second time I've had to make this video because my stylus wasn't being very responsive the first time. But what I would do is I'd make a video using my PDF annotator and my on-screen recorder off a particular lesson or a concept that I found students needed particular extra help on. And then the next problem is that because these video files are quite large, there aren't a lot of places on the internet that you can store them for free or upload them for free. So I just use the same medium that the rest of the world seems to be using right now, which is YouTube. And I created a YouTube account for myself. So my YouTube account is Mr. Hughes NZ. And I have a bunch of videos up there at this stage. There's a video here of myself doing a titration. Now, this is another example of technology and not just going exactly how you want it. The video came out upside down because I filmed it with my Android phone, and it keeps rotating the video, and as a result, it came out upside down. So then you need to tell students to rotate their screen at the desktop, and they can still view it as normal, or if it's a tablet, to just rotate it physically. But either way, if you're confident enough to put a video of yourself up there doing an experiment, then the students, they like that, and it's definitely something that I want to document as much of as possible, because I won't be as eager maybe in the future, and it's nice to have this as a record as well if you're teaching. So that's a video with my face on it. Here's a video here where there's just a voiceover, and I'm explaining a tricky enough concept regarding shapes. So I'll just pause it for a second. I'll stop talking just so you can hear the voiceover, and I'll just put it back to the start. But this is a video I did for level 3 recently. I try to do one every Saturday morning just to what I call the week in review. So if you take a look at it.
Okay, so welcome back to Lewis Diagram Shapes Part 2. So this is the Lewis Diagram Shapes that typically you'll come across for level 3 now. And for level 3 you move beyond 4 electron clouds, which was the restriction for level 2. 5 electron clouds, and you pick that. Good example for PCL 5. We're going to cover the Lewis diagram in each case. We're going to cover electron clouds from 5 clouds to the maximum, and then we look at the molecular shape and decide whether we want to use this polar overall or not. So for PCL 5, just again to go through the method for drawing Lewis diagrams, we want to determine the total number of valence electrons.
And so the video continues. There's a little bit of a muffling with the sound there because I had to update the license on the software, and basically the software controls your use by reducing the frames per second that you can record, and as a result the quality deteriorates. So that's why you do end up having to pay money for these things in the end. Here's another video I've done, which is on level 2 or level 3 flowchart for organic chemistry. These things can get really complicated. I'll just jump on for a second and pause it. So the video can get really busy, but the great thing about a recording is that you can rewind and then see how the teacher arrived at that point. Also, as well, if you don't teach this content, it becomes less meaningful for you. But if you think about this as your own subject, you have essentially an alternative way to teach your exact same information to reach a wider audience, and to allow students to review stuff in their own time. This basically saves those additional conversations that you have to have in the classroom. If a student missed a day, it's particularly useful. Just say, go watch the video on YouTube. If a student didn't get the concept, instead of you sitting there for half an hour during a lunch break trying to re-explain it to just one person, you just say, there's my video, go watch the video, and then come back to me and ask a question if you still have one. The other great thing about it is that, as I think I said before, it's that it's a digital record of your teaching. I have covered everything so far for Level 3 Chemistry this year, and the plan will be to continue with that database of recording until the end of the school year, and then I'll have a complete video set for Level 3 Chemistry, then I'll do Level 2 next year, and then Level 1 the following year. So it might sound like it's time consuming, but realistically I'm doing an hour extra work every Saturday morning, and it's well worth it. Especially well worth it when you post them on YouTube and you get a comment from a student you don't even teach, or you can look at the number of views that you get. Just speaking of views, so find a particular video I did here. There was a video I did for quantitative chemistry, and if I just go to my accounts, it'll probably be in there. Quantitative calcs, here we go. Now, this particular video was done to benefit students in Level 2 who had an internal coming up. And it had 66 views there, as you can see, and I don't teach 66 Level 2 students, so it was nice to see that other students were taking a look at these videos as well outside of my classroom. Again, the greater goal for me is to try and educate or reach as many students as possible with my work. And the reason the views were so big for this video was because it was the day before an important internal for Level 2 students. So you can see that the students really go to it when they need it. And I'm trying to raise awareness all the time because, like anything, if people don't know it's there, then it won't be used. So it's very important that if you're going to put the time into doing these things, that you raise awareness of it as well. Then the other medium that I'm using to disseminate all these videos and information is Facebook. I've just been using Facebook since the end of last year. It was kind of promoted by a maths teacher in my previous school, and once I realized, I trial ran it first of all with my basketball team. So my original basketball team was under 19 opens in my last school. Now I have the Wellington College Senior B basketball team, so I have a little web page for them, and I communicate with the boys directly that way. I have complete control over this right now. The good thing about Facebook is, instead of having to create your own LIMS system and then basically edit it and deal with updates, etc., Facebook is a multi-billion-dollar industry, as everybody knows, and they have people who are experts in maintaining websites and keeping it flowing smoothly, so you don't have to worry about all that stuff. When people talk about the safety of Facebook and publicity, etc., of your information, well, this here is a closed group that I have for Level 3 Chemistry. And it says up here, you've got 50 members, and each one of those members have been individually invited by myself. So they just send a little request to be part of the group, and I decide if I accept them or not. Students, you'll find, often don't post comments on it, but they do like to, you can still see a record of who's seen what you've written. You can get a little thumbs up from a student every now and again for a little video that you created. You can see how many people have seen the video, so you know that your work is not going unnoticed. And that's the great thing about Facebook. And again, it's just a sort of chronological order of everything that you've posted. Here's a post by a student, Byron. He decided to make his own posts. So it's just promoting different media to get students involved with making posts. And the great thing as well is they don't need any administrator access. If you allow them to have that, they can post things where appropriate. So it's just another one of those things that you need to become aware of and be able to police in the future. I could keep talking about how enjoyable this experience has been for me, but it's definitely the way forward with my teaching. This is my little video where it all started off. I made a video to introduce myself and to introduce the course, and without students even having seen me, they can watch the video and get an idea of the course overview and get an idea of who I am as a person. So there's many other things I could talk about. Just to go through the pros again, so it's a digital recording which you have forever as long as you don't lose it. I think this will save time in the long term. You reach a wider audience other than just your immediate students, and you can also share this with other teachers, and then they can start doing their own work as well and sharing things with you too. And it's essentially free education, which I'm all for. And then the only major con is that it is time consuming to make, but I still get a buzz every time I make one of these videos. And the reason I like using this smart recorder as opposed to some of the other competitors like Camtasia and Screencast-O-Matic, etc., is because it renders it straight away as a Windows media file. And I'm a Windows operating system user, so it suits me down to the ground. And I've had no issues with uploading it to YouTube. So any questions, just email me. And yeah, check out myself on Facebook. So it's, or YouTube rather, Mr. Hughes NZ. Thank you.